Different items just have different values, but they're all relative values. My guy is not responding. I want to buy this one. This is the one. Why are you being AFCA? Those really aren't enough damage. You need more of those. That's not enough. You gotta get more. Not gonna cut it. That's like scrub level. Good job though, sir. You know, a split personality max life tool there could actually be really good. Those are dirt cheap. Nope. And on the opposite side of the fucking split personality. Guess not that far. Could have gone down to here. Percent life is still just way better. A lot of meaning it's too expensive, even cheap versions of it. No really interesting, unique tools that do anything that benefits us. It's a good belt, though. Those belts are money early in the league. If you make triple res Stygian Vices early in the league, they sell so fast. You sold all of them. Gas Essence is easy money. Okay, well, I can't come up with any unique jewels that benefit us that are cheap. So we're just going to have to go back to searching for. Searching for people to not respond to my whisper. Basically, what I'm searching for. Just searching for people that are not going to respond to my whisper. Good enough. Ink cams nerf. Yeah, that so Simulacrum was back in the day when PoE believed that in order to promote content, you couldn't have perpetuating content. So like they didn't want Simulacrum to drop delirious stuff. They just wanted to drop special stuff. So you had to do delirious stuff, do Simulacrum. And I don't know why they did that, but they did that for a long time. Like there was just no overlap. Yep. I mean, voices, 3P voices and 1P voices are the money. That's the money in Simulacrum. You get a bunch of generic bubblegum shit that you can sell, and then you get 3P voices, 1P voices.
A bit too fiddly, even for me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Greeting.
You need Dex to equip the gloves that give you Dex. Mm. You should be able to equip an item whether or not you can use it. Like, that's the fix. You should be able to equip items that you can't use, they just don't function. Unless it gives you the stats that you need to use it. Super easy fix. Why is my lightning res super fucking tanked? Oh, because I never accounted for the fact that my Topaz flask was active. Oh shit. Mm. I mean, I can just get different gloves. Like, it's fine. Oh, this poor guy doesn't have an MTX. He has to stare at that crown of hubris all day, every day. Feel bad for him. Couldn't do that. I couldn't look at that crown of hubris. I would go insane. Res fixed. I have made such a ridiculous amount of currency. Buying gear, putting one craft on it, using it, and then putting it up for sale. Like just absolutely ridiculous amount of currency. It is. Where's my minefield? What the fuck happened to my minefield support? How the hell did it get over there? I don't think I have a withering step. I never use it, but this build has to. all we need is Withering Step now. I'm hoping Withering Step is going to maintain my Wither uptime. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. Why is Withering Step so... No one leveling you? Only 99 list. You can just benchcraft on Proj. You can just benchcraft. For clear, yes. For single target, no. Probably Shane. Charges are almost always good. Guess we could do reflect because we only do chaos damage. We only do chaos damage. So I should do some of these stupid reflect maps and get them all out of the way. This clear is good. This clear is really good. How do we do with just cast and stun damage? Cast and stun damage is pretty solid. Survivability's good. Change our... Here we go. Look at that Essence Drain, cast when stun damage. That's not terrible. But this assassin is pretty solid. I don't know how he's going to do in the T17. We do have chaos damage. No, we don't. We need chaos damage lead. That's going to be big. Need mine throw-ins. Need a fucking amp. Alright. T17 time. Gold mark for death. Fuck that. Temp chains, weakness, damage, attack speed, frenzy charges, power charges. That's pretty nasty. Don't have freeze immunity either. Ring Nixo. First on hit, ring. Stream is running solid. Let's go. Lokati here. Today we are looking at the second class on the Shadow base class. This is going to be Assassin on the 1-div T17 completion series. Assassin is a Hex Blast Miner, which is a very popular choice for Assassin to begin with. And then we are, of course, running a life-based build. Make sure we have our auras active. And our T17 is going to be an Abomination map. This is a triple curse, monster damage, monster attack speed, frenzy, and power charges, and 20% chance to ignite, freeze, and shock on hit. We do not have freeze or ignite immunity, so we'll see how this goes. Send it. This is a nasty map. This is a nasty map for anyone. Clear is good. The freezes are annoying. And the ignite damage is annoying. It interferes with our recovery. But I mean, as far as tankiness goes, we're fairly tanky still. Gameplay is fairly straightforward. Just throw out mines, let mines kill things. Whatever is dumping that bleed out is also really nasty. For degens, we don't have a lot of options. Most of our recovery is on hit. We do have a little bit of regeneration, and so that helps. And worst case scenario, you could give up a little bit of life to run a vitality alongside your skills. Give you a little bit more support versus degens. But for the most part, we're relying on cast when stunned to trigger Essence Drain, which is a heal over time effect. Fuck. Everything in here bleeds. Like, that's the third rare with bleeds on hit. We don't have life regeneration for bleeds. Maybe we should look into that. I think his damage is too good. So we're going to pull all of this out. I don't think he needs that much damage. We're just going to pick up recovery. Now we have 890 regeneration. We are getting hammered. Damage, though. Why? I guess these mods are just way too nice. That was crazy damage. No can run, triple curse, increase attack, cast speed, and increase monster damage, and ignites shocks. And he's not that tanky. Oh my god. Nope, never mind. He is that tanky. It helps if we actually run the fucking gear that our character is designed around. This is why we test builds. Oh look, all of a sudden we're fine. Damage is good. Survivability still needs some work. The damage is good. Yep, what the fuck? We should not be dying that. God damn it, we haven't even done our lab. We're still a fucking trickster. Let me go ahead and go kill those guys with the chieftain just so we can get the boss shards. Fucking casual ass fucking pilot. Never blame the builds, always blame the pilot. Yo, he's taken real well for missing his entire fucking ascendancy though. Like that was some good that was a good character for missing his entire ascendancy. What the fuck is this damage? Like the chieftain never dies. Wow. Okay. Apparently that 70% damage and 70% attack speed and triple curses. That was too hard for the chieftain, then the fucking assassin is gonna be a goddamn rock star because he lived longer. We're about to double his damage and his defenses with his ascendancy.
The weary traveler draws close. One defiles the effigy, one defiles the emperor. You were born for this. An empire must be built to weather any storm.
Nope, nope, don't die. Turn off fucking petrified blood and... God, this shit hurts. I feel like these traps do like percentage of health and damage. Because it doesn't seem to matter how much health I have, they always do the same amount of damage. Really, whatever. Let's go this way. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if the traps do percentage health damage. This is a level 30 fucking... This is a level 33 lab, and that trap almost deleted 9,000 health.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. Led
They have to do percentage health damage. That's so dumb.
Wisdom is the offspring of suffering and time.
That is the dumbest mechanic ever. So I guess the only thing that affects traps is flat percentage damage reduction, maybe? I don't know, I feel like whenever it's early on in the league and I'm doing them for the first time, they're never an issue. And I'm not doing anything to prepare for them.
Must keep a throne is the most devious trap of all.
Maybe I'm just being more careful.
Enjoy my time for the Empire. Death is a banquet. It's up to the murderer to write the menu.
What do you mean by you don't have the last 3 skill points you need? Or you mean you're just low level, or do you mean you didn't do the quests? Or they're just not assigned yet? Yeah. It looks like you like manually put this character in, maybe? What's your account name? Okay, we have a Progenesis. Your artillery ballistas do like 0 of the damage. And you don't have watchtowers. Were you following someone's build? Or is this something you put together? No, your artillery ballistas do 0 single target damage. Oh, sorry. Damn. You can post your link now. Yeah, you can post it now. All right. Let's see here. Skills, Vol Lightning Arrow. Trinity on Vol Lightning Arrow. We can reliably hit Trinity, so we are getting Trinity in here. Probably killed recently. Anger. Cast when damage taken, Flame Dash. That part of the build? Are they hoping that like gets you out of safety? That's very confusing. I think that's a mistake. Like that like you have no mobility skill. Like you just have to walk around everywhere because you can't cast Flame Dash when it's bound to cast when damage taken. You just have to like crawl everywhere. Like a plebeian. But I don't know why they chose that. They don't say why they chose that. That is very confusing. I don't know. That doesn't matter. Let's go back to your guy. So I assume you're just dying a lot, right? And you're low on single target DPS? Yeah, that's what it looks like here. Um Endurance charge all day long, twice on Sunday. I mean, you're following the build for the most part, although you have like an empty jewel socket out here that's not doing anything at all. I would get a Watcher's Eye. Oh, you have one. Oh, you have Grace Evade on it already. We have. Oh, we can't take Temporal War because he's running Lethal Pride here. Yeah. Yeah, Ricochet is fine. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, but this build is just bad. And I know you probably put a lot of time in this character, and I'm sure you mostly enjoy the character, but there's no way this guy does T17s comfortably. And I don't think there's any way to get there. Like he can do T16s and you can do some T17s, but basically the only way this guy is comfortable is if you literally just play only killing things off screen. And then single target damage is hugely lacking. Now we can improve single target damage a little bit here by just getting rid of artillery ballista. So we can use shrapnel ballista and then arrow nova. To give you a comparison, your artillery ballistas were doing 1 million DPS. That was the total damage participation of your artillery ballistas. So that's not damage. But if we use shrapnel ballista with arrow nova, probably Trinity. Do focus ballista, that's fine. What is the spread on this? We can definitely do Trinity on here, but that may not be this one. But we can't do Trinity on totems anyway. So if you use Shrapnel Ballista with Arrow Nova, Focus Ballista, you can run regular Ellie, or you can buy another Awakened Ellie damage with attacks. That would be better. But that would... Shrapnel Ballista would do 7 million DPS versus your Artillery Ballistas, which do 1 million DPS. So there's a huge, massive difference between the two. I would get a level 21 Shrapnel Ballista. That's definitely worth the money. Oh no, it's not. That's a lie. Level 21 doesn't do anything. I think it's got to be like 23 before it adds an additional totem. But Shrapnel Ballista Arrow Nova with focused and everything like this is real damage. Artillery Ballista is like poo-poo damage. I mean, as far as fixing your character, like I could go through and pull the whole tree apart and rebuild the character in a way that I think is better, but then that's like a new character. Like there's no individual improvements I can make on the tree itself. And then the items you're going for are fine. As far as survivability goes, you need to hit 95% evasion. One of the ways you can do that is this Watcher's Eye Jewel that you have. You need to use Divine Orbs on it until it hits 98% evasion, or sorry, 8% evasion. There's our Watcher's Eye here. You can hit this with Divine Orbs until this has 8% chance to evade attacks. Because you need this to be 8%. The crit multi, when affected by anger, will change as well, and then your increased max lives and stuff could change. But this really needs to be 8% evade. You need to hit it with Divine Orbs over and over until you get 8% evade there. And then you're going to need to run a... You're going to need to run a Stibnite Flask as well. And so I would drop... Hey, here's a question. I guess you need that for bleeds. I would drop the Quicksilver Flask. Think you're going to move a little slower. But if you want to live more, you're going to have to run a Stibnite Flask. Because you need to hit 95% evasion. And the guide has you using a Lethal Pride, which means you can't take Wind Dancer. And you have 0 armor to scale anything off of, but we can just put movement speed on the Stibnite. But with a Stibnite Flask, you're up to 93% evasion. And you could do a lot for the bleed. If you want to deal with bleeds separately, then you can drop the Life Flask and run your Quicksilver Flask here. But you definitely need a Stibnite Flask. This evasion needs to be 95%. And you need to get whatever you can do to get there. Stibnite helps. You've got a really good Jade Flask, so that's good. The Watcher's Eye makes a big difference here. Do we have a Armor and Evasion Mastery free somewhere? Probably not. You're probably not taking any Armor and Evasion Mastery. Oh, you do have one here. Oh, well, you're blinding things anyway. We don't have that in the config. Is enemy blinded? Yes. Yeah. Well, let's see if you still need the Stibnite Flask. You do. A little. Yeah, I would reroll the Watcher's Eye and get a Stibnite Flask, and then you'll be at 95% evasion versus blinded enemies. And that will help your survivability a lot. And so like, without the Stibnite Flask, and without the evasion rerolled on the Watcher's Eye, you're at 91% evade chance. And so I'll give you a visual real quick of what that looks like. So if you have evasion that is 91% chance, versus 95% evasion. That means here you're going to be hit, and we'll just use this for examples. You're going to take a hit here, and then you're going to take a hit here. And all of this time in between hits, you're safe. Like, you're not taking any damage from hits. 95% evasion doubles this line. So instead of the line being this long, the line is going to be this long. And so you're going to take a hit here, and then you're going to this long until you take a hit again. Because this stops 91, or this stops, you have 10% or 9% incoming hits hitting you. Here you've only got 5%. And so this is a massive difference in the amount of time in between attacks that hit you. Because evasion is not like it's not like a D20 roll. You don't just roll it and sometimes you get hit and sometimes you don't. Instead, when you take a hit, then you're completely impervious to hits for a period of time. And this is double the amount of time. So it is important that you get this number to 95%. You can do that with the Stibnite Flask and re-rolling your Watcher's Eye Jewel. And then switch over your skills to the Shrapnel Ballista setup. Now here's a POB for you to look at. And then do those things and then like let me know how it feels and we can look at from there. Teddy, welcome. You've been busy. Hadn't seen you. You can, but it doesn't do anything. All right, let me bow real quick, and then we'll run this assassin through T17s. Be right back. Yeah, I feel you, Teddy. You've been absentees. Alrighty, we are back. Yeah, Shane, if you slot more than one, only one of them works. I don't know what the priority order is. It's good to see you, Teddy. We have been busy making builds and videos. Like I've posted like 12 videos in the last 3 days. I've got like 4 more ready to post. And now we're going to try to take this assassin to the T-17. This assassin's got some potential here. Sapphire. Everyone's coming out of the woodworks today. Welcome, sir. All right, let's see if we can get a good video on this assassin. I think this map is probably fine. The deal no damage for 3 seconds out of every 10 is like garbage, but it's annoying. It doesn't actually matter. Like it's just 30% damaging decrease. All right. So Kadi here. Today we are looking at the next class in our One Divine T17 completion series. This is going to be the Assassin Ascendancy on the Shadow subclass. We are using Hex Blast Mines to do damage, along with Cast, Wind, Stunned, Essence Drain. And we're going to be running this on an Abomination map. Now this is 100% area of effect, which is going to make dodging stuff from bosses much, much harder. Frenzy charges, less area of effect for us. Reflect Fizz doesn't affect us because we're all chaos damage. Volatile cores are annoying, we just have to keep moving. And then deal no damage for 3 seconds out of every 10 is... It's annoying, but it's just a 30% damage decrease, so it shouldn't be too bad. Now, as far as clear goes, it does very well when you're not inside your 3 seconds of not being able to do damage because of the map mod. Clear is very well. You're just going to be spamming out... the fuck? Yo. What was that damage? Looks like this is not going to be a video. But I'm still trying to figure out what that damage was. Oh, I bet that was volatile core and I just wasn't paying attention. You gave up leveling, Sapphire? What are you playing against, Sapphire? Are you doing the lightning strike? Fucking volatile core. Back to flicker. I have a shield you can borrow. Well, your flicker strike. Ugh, it's not a flicker strike shield because it doesn't have any spell reflection on or spell suppression on it. Don't have a shield you can borrow. We made a new shield for lightning strike that makes it almost immortal, and you can use the same shield on flicker strike. It's a super pain in the ass to craft. Yeah, so we made a new shield for the lightning strike build that you can use on the flicker strike build. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to craft because it has to be recom crafted, but I mean it makes you virtually unkillable to regular damage. And so if you want to try that, that is an option. Really, can't get a single proc on these guys? That's a map mod. I don't think there's any unique mods that drain flicker strike charges. I could be wrong though. I've never noticed it. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Yeah, I've never noticed him in particular. I mean, I can make millions of gold an hour running Glacier with the Titanic Scarabs. And so when I needed gold, that's what I did. But I probably didn't do it on Flicker Strike. I don't know how prevalent those mobs actually are. Good morning, Galquin. But I had a lot of luck just running Glacier with Titanics. All right, let's see if we can do a video on this assassin now. This map is going to take a little bit longer, but I don't feel like dumping massive amounts of currency into rolling these maps today. '17. What am I going to do? What am I going to do about that map? No, no. I said unique monsters that still power charges, not maps that still power charges. I'm aware it's a map mod. I didn't know it was a unique monster mod. I literally, if you listen to the stream, I literally said, I know it's a map mod, but I didn't know it was a mod that applied to unique mobs only. You don't listen. All right. I do a lot of spell damage, Galquin. In fact, 100% of my damage is spell damage. Lokati, here we are now on the Shadow class, the Assassin Ascendancy on our T1, or sorry, on our 1 Divine T17 completion run. This is a Hex Blast Miner, and we're going to be doing an Abomination map. Now, this is players are cursed with elemental weakness, so we're going to take a lot of extra damage. Monsters have physical damage reduction, doesn't affect us, but Frenzy Charges hurts. And then monsters have more life, and monsters suppress all of our damage. So this is going to take a little bit longer to run, but should be a relatively stable map from a damage perspective with only 2 damage incoming modifiers on it. Typically, you want to run maps that have less than 4 damage incoming modifiers, and then less than 4 damage reduction modifiers. But we'll go ahead and get started here. This energy shield doesn't affect us because we are chaos damage. And as you can see, we are doing a little bit less damage to the targets. And we're currently getting stun locked by the stupid Petrify from these Basiliskis. And then of course, we happen to be running Beyond Breach, so then all the Breach mobs, or all the Beyond mobs are going to come out to play. Now, when you are getting Petrify locked or frozen, because we are not freeze immune on the build, you do have Essence Drain still casting with Cast when stunned, which is a tremendous amount of recovery for you. So even if you do catch a Petrify or a freeze or something like that while you're playing, you should probably still be perfectly fine from a survivability standpoint, unless there's just a tremendous amount of damage coming through. But our recovery layers are very solid for the build. Now, as you can see, the clear on it is good. The only thing that's taking longer is the 100% spell suppression and the probably almost triple monster life. they have here. 151% more monster life. Yeah, so nearly triple monster life. So realistically speaking, we're doing about 1/5 of the damage that the build is capable of right now, and still getting through the map just fine. As far as survival layers go, we have Chaos Damage Leech from Essence Drain cast when stunned, and then we have Essence Drain giving us life back from the damage over time aspect of Essence Drain. We have Recovery Life on block with block cap and nearly spell block cap. We also have about 1,000 life per second in regen, and so we've got a lot of recovery layers for passive recovery. And then our active recovery is whenever we get hit by stunning attacks, we recover half of that damage through our Immutable Force and Blood Notch Jewel combination. So right now we are Petrify locked again by these stupid ass